Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'll make it pop.
With your host, Parker. Featuring the sultry sounds of Fred and also Allan on the board.
Let's go already!
And now, let's start the damn show.
Welcome, one and all, to the 135th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast. Now, let's be and barely any L. We're so glad you joined us, and we can't thank you enough for your support on X, Facebook, Instagram, and the TikTok Fred used to run. You can always check us out at blcpodcast.com and listen to us every single day on your favorite podcast platforms. Don't forget to like and review the show. And now, it's not Fred, just Allan. Welcome to the show, Allan.
Hey, how's it going?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell everybody, I'm just going to go ahead and get this out there. You know, obviously, it's a new month. Fred let us know after last week's show that he was leaving. He got signed to be part of Joe Rogan's traveling shit show because of this thing behind him. And he was like, you know what? I'll take Joe Rogan.
On the Joe Rogan show.
Right. It's called the Flow Blogan show.
It's called the No Rogan show. Because Joe isn't on it.
That's right. That's right. Neither is Fred. But Fred's not on our show. That was just the ghost of him talking, ladies and gentlemen, because he's gone, as I stated. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you pull an April Fool's prank. Not at all, because he talked the whole goddamn time when he was supposed to shut the fuck up so I could pretend he was gone. You knew it was April Fool's. I told you we were going to start the show with a prank.
No, you didn't.
I did tell you that.
You didn't give me all the information.
You told me we should pretend one of us died, and I didn't want to do that.
That is true.
Just because I was like, that's a little too tempting.
Actually, I never got it out of my mouth.
No, you thought about it, though.
I did. I totally did.
He's like, it'd be really funny if one of us... I was like, no, shut up.
No,
Let's not
I don't
do
want
that.
that karma. I don't want that karma.
Let's not do that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. It is April Fool's.
Happy April Fool's.
The fooliest day of the year.
Fooliest.
And it's the fooliest, Allan. It's the only day that you can actually fool people. And, I mean, you can fool them every day, I guess, really. But then you can be like, you stupid asshole, April Fools. And they're like, you got me.
It's the day you can lie and get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to never have an imagination. I'd just be like, the house on fire. And like,
I murdered my family. I mean, gotcha, officer.
I'd never come up with anything clever.
You searched my whole house and they weren't there.
Give everybody a panic.
Oh, dude, my favorite one. We talked about one, and this isn't necessarily April Fool's, but my favorite this one is. Okay, so my favorite April Fool's ever is I used to work in an office, and I printed out this sheet that said and I was always the first one in. Print out the sheet that said this copier has been outfitted with audio technology. So instead of having to hit print, you just say printer, print, blah, 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 or printer do this, printer do that, copy this, whatever. And it was very official looking, super official. And I taped it up above the printer, on the printer, and then on the door to the print, the print room at my job. And then I just went about my day because I got in, I said, I got in before everybody else. Right. So throughout the day, I would walk by and I'd hear people it's not doing it. I'm what are you talking about? They're like, I said print 5 copies. And then it's printer, print 5 copies, print 5 copies. I was like, oh my God, are you guys really this stupid? I'm like, y'all do realize this April Fool's? They're like, oh. And then they go get somebody else to come check this out.
Gosh, and you got me.
Yeah, so everybody was pranking each other. It was hilarious. It was good stuff for office because again, that's a harmless prank. It just makes everybody look like an idiot, and that's fine.
I remember I went and played golf on April Fool's, and we were playing, and I don't know, it's probably 9th, 10th hole. We're deep into the in the middle of the round, and my second shot up to the green I see the flag, hit it. I mean, it lands. You can see it just lands right next to the flag.
Somebody April
took
Fools.
They took the flag and stuck it in the bunker. And wrote like April Fools in the sand.
That's awesome. Like the best shot of your career.
Yeah. Best shot I ever made. Right in the bunker.
Well, let's say the other two pranks that I'm very proud of, and they were fairly harmless. We talked about one a few weeks ago with our buddy Matt when I accidentally flipped his preferences to other on social media. That's a great prank. But then our old roommate who occasionally listens to the show, Mr. Draper, one point I think I've told you this maybe on the show before, but we had he used to park where he could basically up against a house, so he could only see one side of his car. He could only see the driver's side of his car. So one time we made these wheels, like these spinners out of cardboard. This is when spinner wheels had first come out and they were like this huge deal. And we like taped them and made them actually spin, and like taped them to the side to his seat or his tires on the opposite side of the car where he never went.
Right.
And so he just went out. We just did it. The next morning he drove off. La la la, no big deal. And like this went on for like weeks. Like he never saw that side of his car. And so he was like, dude, all these people have been like honking at me and like cheering me on and all. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, they're just like, yeah, this is all like, yeah, all the time. And like, and we were like, dude, have you looked at the side of your car? And he's like, no. And I'm like, there's no way. It's been like 3 weeks. Like, there's no way they're still on there. And lo and behold, those freaking cardboard spinners were still on there just spinning away, man. Such a great prank. Such a great prank. And he had no idea.
They spin it.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Then we so this prank, and this one went a little too far, and this one wasn't me. So I went on vacation with some buddies from the bar I used to work at. I went to Key West. And on the way back, they were like, hey, you know what? We love to prank each other. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, harmless pranks, whatever. And one of the guys is like, yeah, you're going to want to ride with us on the way home. And I'm like, oh, why? And he's like, well, I put a bunch of dead fish in the other guy's like air intake in his car. And then, no, and that's not all. And then I took the license plate off of his car and put it in our truck where we have a lot of drugs, possibly, and allegedly. And he doesn't have a license plate. And I'm like, so you put fish in his shit and then you took his license plate? He's like, yeah.
That's not a...
No, that was not. No. That's exactly it. I was like, dude, that's like just being an asshole.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I mean, I'm like, but I was like, they like probably have something illegal with them. So like, if they get pulled over, they could really get in trouble. And he's like,
sugar in his gas.
And there was so right before we went down there was a hurricane. Right. Yeah. And it was like, I mean, I don't think it was like crazy destructive. It wasn't. I don't remember the name of it or anything, but it had knocked down a bunch of street signs and a bunch of lights, like light fixtures, like street or traffic lights.
Yeah, traffic lights.
And so that was the other thing he did. He threw a traffic light that had fallen down in the back of this dude's van, like in the very back of the seat. And he's like, it's illegal if you get caught with one of those. And I'm like, what are you doing to this guy, man? Like, you just want him to die. Like, what is wrong with you?
He's torturing him.
No, I'm like, this is not a prank. If he ends up going to jail for like 6 years because all this shit you did to him, that's not a prank.
$5,000 fine.
Oh, dude. And not only that, just the stinky fish thing. Like, that in and of itself. Yeah. And like, so we stopped and we drove right from Key West back here to
grumpy old men.
Dude.
Prank.
Totally. And they were totally old dudes. They were like in their mid 40s at the time, which I thought was really old. And so maybe 50s, maybe, I don't know. They were great. We're not quite that great. But so like we would stop, and every time we would stop, like, cause we were all driving back up together, and we would stop and he would be like, God, man, Florida smells terrible. And like he kept saying it over every time. He'd be like, it's getting worse. And I was like, dude, I said, when did you put those things in? He's like, I've had those fish sitting out for like 3 or 4 days. I was waiting on y'all to leave so I could do this. What a terrible prank.
That is terrible.
It is. It's funny.
You never get that smell out of it.
No, that's my thing, is like you never get that smell out of it. It's just crazy, man. But that brought me, Fred, that made me think of like, what were some good pranks we could pull on each other? So I called in a buddy of mine. He's going to talk to you. He's going to tell you a couple of April Fool's pranks. You're going to love it. All right. So I'll be right back. And my buddy, our morning DJ, will come back and give you some prank ideas. So if you'll just pad for 2 seconds.
Okay, we got a pad for 2 seconds.
A little DJ man.
Hey, you guys, what's going on? It's April Fool's 2024. That's padding, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you about some of the greatest April Fool's pranks you can play. Are you ready, Freddie?
Go ahead, man. Give it to me.
Well, let me tell you one thing that I love to do to the people on April Fool's morning. How about a little unexpected note? Hey, that's when you put a note on one of your old buddies' backs. You could say something silly like, clap when you walk past me, or kick me. They'll never know what happened, and that is a great April Fool's prank. Thank you very much. Now, let me tell you another prank, Fred, that's going to really make your friends say, oh, I feel like a real April Fool. That is, Fred, who doesn't want to win the lottery? Wouldn't it be a hilarious prank to pretend that one of your friends or family won life-changing money in the lottery? Imagine the shock on their face when they realize they're still poor and still hopeless. Now that's a funny April Fool's prank. Now, Fred, I know you're thinking, oh,
Poor.
you're still, hey,
Based on true events.
yeah, I know you just thought you won $25 million, but you didn't win jack shit. Hilarious. I'm your best friend. And this is a prank I pull on you. So, well, how about this one, Fred? You want to know a great prank? You want to know a good way to prank your kids? Because sometimes you got to prank your kids on April Fools, Fred. It's real simple. All you do is pretend you're selling your house. Yes, when your kids come back from school, make sure you have a huge stake that says for sale in the front yard. Nothing's going to prank them better than that. These pranks are not awesome.
That is pretty good, though. No, I like it for sale.
Let's do
I like
that.
that for sale.
Hey, kids, you know your childhood home? We're going to sell it to crackheads. It's going to be great. We won the lottery, and now we're selling your childhood home. Enjoy. Well, Fred, let's keep the next prank right in the home. How about we do this? How about we play the old upside-down house game? Now, what you do there, Fred, is before the kids wake up on April Fool's morning, you try to flip everything in the house upside down. Paintings, books, furniture, anything you can find. Just flip it upside down. They'll never know what happened. And you get to clean it all up. Hooray, hooray. How about this, Fred? You know, it would be really funny. Got a friend?
Yeah.
We got a friend who likes to park their car in places? Oh, just wait on this one. Why don't you give them a fake ticket? That's right. Print out this fake ticket, but fix it to their windshield wipers, and they'll be so angry that you'll be the one laughing all the way to the bank.
All the way to the bank.
I don't know, because they're going to put your money down to pay the ticket. Venmo me to pay this ticket. Well, how about this one, Fred? This is a classic prank right here. How about we do a little April Fool's morning coffee talk? Now, Fred, I don't know if you love your Joe, but some people need some morning Joe to get moving. Well, there's nothing funnier than switching out their sugar with salt and switching their creamer with some delicious mayonnaise. Now, if you do that, there's nothing better than a delicious glop of hot mayonnaise and some deliciously steaming coffee filled with sugar or with salt. Now, that's one way to make sure your friends wake up on April Fool's Day. How about this? How about there's some more? We got plenty of pranks. We have 60 April Fool's pranks that we recommend you do all of them at once. Now, how about this one, Brad? Here's a little prank to gross out your best buddies on April Fool's. Put a little crunchy peanut butter on their shoe, and it will resemble something you might find in the toilet. Take your joke one step further by swiping a lick of the peanut butter with your finger. We recommend making sure you try this one on a pretty clean shoe if you go for the lick. Now that is disgusting.
I thought it was April Fool.
I mean, that is hilarious. How about this one, Fred? Tired of having people visit your house? On April Fool's,
Down.
print out a sign that says, "This property is infested with bugs." Then tape it to your front door. No one will think you're clean or invite you to their house ever again. How about this one, Fred? You want to play a really great prank on somebody? Fred, do you like candy apples? How about caramel apples? Do you enjoy those? Let's do that, except with an onion. Oh, the hilarity when one of your friends bites into a whole ass raw onion, paper intact.
October.
It's a prank, bro. That's what you'll say to them as they vomit uncontrollably on your shoes. And then you can lick it off your shoe and say, "It's just peanut butter. This is the best April Fool's ever." Now, how about this, Fred? How about this prank?
More?
Oh, we've got plenty more. We can do this for weeks.
Let's not.
Fred, do you have any friends who like to be clean? No, you do not. How about some friends who would like to take a shower? All you do is sneak and break into your friend's house in the morning, do a little B&E on April F Day,
Oh my God.
break into their house, unscrew their shower head, and pop in a bouillon cube. When the next person takes a shower, they're going to smell just like chicken. Now that's a hilarious prank. I've got a few more, and then we'll stop it forever. This is the best prank yet. If you like deliveries, Fred, which I know you do, then the best prank you can pull on your husband or boyfriend, whatever you're into, I guess you can't do it to the ladies, save all the boxes that you've had delivered for the year. And then on April 1st, set them all out at the front door. It'll trick your partner into thinking you went on quite the shopping spree.
Yeah.
But in reality,
My wife did that to me.
I bet it was 1,000,000 boxes.
But they were all full. She really fucking ordered all the shit.
Well, how about this, Frank? Frank? How about this, Frank? This Frank prank. It's great. It's Frank the prankster right here. How about you take out, and go ahead and get your kids some delicious Oreo cookies, Fred. But what you do, unbeknownst to them, because this is the prank, is you take out the filling and replace it with delicious toothpaste. Now, Fred, when you say, "Hey kids, would you like some delicious Oreo cookies?" they're going to be in for quite a shock. A minty shock. And that is a prank. Thank you.
Unless you forget and then you eat them yourself.
That's the only problem, is if you're like, "Oh, a cookie." And then you're like, "I just ate that." One more, and then that will be it for this one.
Oh, poor Fred.
I know, right? Pretend you're going to the bathroom, Fred, and call your kid asking for toilet paper. When they come into the bathroom to hand you the toilet paper, accidentally smear melted chocolate, which looks just like poop, on their hands as they pass off the roll. Now that's one way to give your kids a complex on April Fools. This has been Pranky Frankie signing off.
Frankie.
Frankie.
Yeah. Which his DJ voice kind of.
Yeah,
His DJ
voice
isn't consistent. It isn't consistent. And that's one of the things about pranks, you see.
He came in
sometimes, yeah, he came in hot.
He came in hot.
And then he pranked out.
He limped out.
He's still better than that pirate fart guy we had. Or at least as good as. So yeah, I didn't hear any of that, but I'm sure those are some great prank ideas. Please don't pull any of them on me.
No.
Whatever you do, don't do that. So Fred, that's April Fool's, man. This is the best day for pranksters, I guess.
Pranking, yeah. My friend pulled a prank on my other friend. Like, we were over at his house, and he took a Post-it note, and he wrote on a post-it note, like a real man wouldn't let his yard look like that. And he put the post-it note on it, and like he just waited. And then my friend found the post-it note, and he got upset. He was like, "What the?" He was like, "Why? Why? I just cut my grass." You know, he's like, "Who the fuck walks around with post-it notes and a pen?" You know what I'm saying?
That's what really got him mad.
That's what really got him mad. Like, you had to go out your way. You know what I'm saying? And he waited my other friend waited like weeks before he actually
Before he told him?
no, that that it was
That's
him.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's the best part of the
had
break.
him hot, man. Yeah, that's the best part of it.
Because he was looking over his shoulder the whole time, like, which one
Right.
of you motherfuckers did that?
Whatever, yeah.
Was it Mr.
like-
Samuelson down the block? That asshole.
Matthew wave at him. He's like, "You son."
Yeah, why you waving at me for, huh?
Fuck that guy.
Cut your grass.
Yeah, that's dirty, especially when you just cut it, because like,
Yeah,
you're like, I finally did it, man. That's like, we got ours cut for the first time this year, and it's the worst feeling in the world getting it. I pay somebody to cut my grass, so I'm lazy.
I did mine last week. I think was
I
my
did
first
mine
cut.
last week.
Got to do it,
Last week or the week before?
Yeah,
and so it begins.
I hate it.
6 months of grass cut.
I fucking
Thank you. Now that's the best. That's nature's April Fool's prank right there, Fred.
Yeah, right.
Nature said, "Hey, I got you for the next 7 months, buddy."
Unless you know the neighbors talking about you.
That's right. Now I'm going to put a post-it note on your door that says, "Fuck you." It says, "Get out of here, N-word." And you're like, "Wait, what the fuck?" Like, now that's a real prank. That's a funny prank, especially if you do it to a white person. Now that's April Fool's at its finest.
April Fool.
He's like, "Cut your grass, numb nuts."
Yeah.
Borrow my lawnmower.
You should send one that says your grass is too short.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm so mad right
Your
now.
yard looks too good, man.
Yeah, how dare you?
I see people like cut dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is all that dust and shit flying up.
Oh my God, that's the worst thing.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing. Well, the second worst thing, really, Fred, just so you know, because the worst thing going on right now, let me just tell you about it, is the anus-eating virus that's killing 30% of people and spreading because something has happened. Experts have admitted they don't really know why the number of cases has risen so far this year, but it definitely made people, quote, sit up and notice. Yes, it's in Japan right now, Fred, and it's not April Fool's in Japan. So this is a real story. There's a mystery flesh-eating disease that's killing around 30% of people who become infected with it, and it's spreading rapidly.
Did you get it from eating ass?
In the maybe let's find out. In the first 2 months of 2024, 378 cases of streptococcal toxic shock syndrome, or STSS, were detected. Last year, they believe there was 941 cases. So this year, we're not looking great. STSS is caused by a more severe form of bacteria that causes streptococcal A, or strep throat, and common in children. That says, yes, if you eat ass, you have a 41% chance of getting it. So, but yeah, 30. Yeah, strep anus.
Strap ass.
The Japan Times, which doesn't sound like a real place, said there are usually less than 200 people who get this every year, and it's now up to over, like I said, 200 in the first 2 months of this year.
Can you imagine going home and your family? What do you have? I got strap ass.
Strap ass.
Oh my God, they showed a picture of people with it. It looks disgusting.
Like, yeah, but is it like, what is it? Does it eat your ass?
Let's find out.
Or does it eat your mouth? Like, when you put
It's a bacteria that can grow in the throat, on the skin, and in the anus and genitals, and cause a number of conditions that affect skin and soft tissue. Let's see. Can lead to autoimmune disorders regarding the heart. Let's see, it's about 500,000 people lives, and the condition is caught through close contact with other people's asses. It doesn't tell me exactly how it kills you.
it eats your ass from the inside out. Like,
It gives you ass herpes essentially.
butt hurt.
So let's see
Talk
what
about boogie in the butt.
Boogie in the butt. I put the herpes in your butt.
Yeah. Man, no ass is safe in Japan.
No.
According to our friends,
they ain't got much ass over there at all. They got a little butt.
they're already in
They got little
trouble.
butts over
They're
there.
already in trouble. According to our friends at CDC.gov, it's rare, but serious bacterial infection. It can develop very quickly into low blood pressure, multiple organ failure, and eventually death. So not fun.
I thought you were going to say multiple orgasms.
It's interestingly enough, well, that's how you die. Is your butt quivers so rapidly that you can't
Hey, man, it went.
do anything about it. But no, it says it's actually more dangerous in adults than it is in kids. So on a rare
Kids
twist,
doing with it.
What are kids doing?
because it's strep throat. It's an offshoot of strep throat.
Yeah, but
So
what are kids doing eating ass?
you don't just get it from eating ass. You get it from letting your parents eat your ass. I guess I don't know. How would I know? It's more common in people
He
65
got it
and
from
over.
sucking on his daddy's washcloth.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, it says it says alcohol use can increase your chances of it. Sorry, Fred, put that beer right back down.
That shit right back there.
I waited until you picked it up to say that.
No.
But yeah, it says basically all your butts fall out. Everything falls out of your butt. That's what happens. It says hospitalization is required.
Oh, of course.
And you're in trouble. Antibiotics may or may not kill it. What is debridement? That's when they cut it off, right?
I got it in my butt.
What does debridement mean? It says they use surgical debridement. Don't know what it is. Okay. Debridement is the removal. Yeah, so they cut your anus out, basically.
No.
Talk about no ass at all.
I don't want
you
to
go.
cut the anus.
Well, there you go, Fred. So maybe hold off on going to Japan for a couple of weeks.
No, I ain't going.
At least while you're drinking. It's called, oh my God. Very anus symptoms. My anus is on much fire. That was an Indian guy. All right, we're going to take a quick break because it's only going to get worse from here. We'll be right back with more of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. Oh my God.
The Black Lincoln Collective podcast will return after a word from our sponsors.
Hello, this is Dr. Frenchie. I am here to tell you today about the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. Go to blcpodcast.com and listen to these boys. Understand me? Okay, now fellas, where is my money? You owe me for saying this. Give me my money.
Welcome back to the 135th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. Fred, I'm so glad that you're with us because some shit's going down and we really just got to talk about this. Now, Fred, I am not an expert on rap music or anything cool. So I default to you, our newsworthy newsman, to keep us up to date and in the know with what's going on with our old buddy, not friend of the show anymore, P. Diddy, Sean Combs. So just tell me, Fred, did he do it?
Did he do it? Diddy might have done it. Diddy might have done a lot of stuff. So, man, let me start by asking you a question. What do you know about Puff Daddy?
I know that he was a rapist from back in the day.
Rapist.
He sang various songs. He sang that one song, "I Believe I Can Fly." No, that wasn't him.
No, that's not.
No.
That was the other Did he do it?
Did he do? Was he the one who's like, "Do they hate me now?"
Did it? Yeah.
Because I can't stop now.
Did it?
Was that Diddy?
Diddy is yeah. Can't stop. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
Diddy. Yeah. So there's been some allegations about Puff Daddy over the last couple of days.
Sure. Well, Cat Williams called him out, right?
Yeah, Cat Williams called him out earlier this year, him and a bunch of other people. And he had been getting, since the beginning of the year, he had been getting these lawsuits thrown at him. Okay. So the first one came from his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. And she filed a lawsuit against him. Now, this is his, like, longtime girlfriend. It was a lawsuit. It was a what do you call it when you sue for money? Civil suit. Yeah, it was a civil suit, and she claimed that like she made her carry a gun. He made her have sex with like unwanted sex with sex workers and like all this kind of crazy shit, like suits of violence and all this. So the day she filed it, the next day he settled with her. Okay. Like undisclosed amount of money. He settled out of court, you know what I'm saying, and in hopes of like the shit going away. Which it did not.
Sure doesn't sound that way.
No, it did not. So that was after that, there was another girl came out, said that him and I believe it was like Aaron Hall from the group Guy, if you was a real hot R&B group back in the like late 80s, early 90s. Okay. And
what was their best song? Is it something I would know?
Groove Me, Baby, Tonight. No, I mean, it's a hot fucking song, man.
Sure, like, at the time. I mean,
at the time, it was great. It was like during the New Jack era, right? When New Jack City came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it had its time.
So it was. They flew. The allegation said that they flew her out when she was 17 years old to New York City and pretty much drugged her and raped her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she's claiming. She's claiming she's got picture proof that like there was a picture of her like sitting in his lap when, you know,
Diddy did this, right?
Diddy did this, you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying no, it wasn't the band, the group that you said. It was Diddy.
Yeah, it was him. It was Diddy and the lead singer from the band. Yeah, the lead singer from the band.
Allan Cougar. Yep.
What now? Fuck
nothing,
you.
Nothing. A different Allan.
That's all.
I'm saying you were in New York. That's all I'm saying.
You were in New York. You were in the vicinity.
Pretty small town.
All right.
Well, my luck, I'd be the one sitting in his lap.
So all these suits were filed under the Adult Survivors Act, which expired. All these lawsuits were filed. I'm sorry, in November of 2023.
Yeah, because it expired in 24.
Yeah. So like they expired and this is this act was like a clause what said like if you had been abused no matter how long ago, you could still file for civil suits. You might not get like, legal justice, but you can still get money
paid a little
off
bit.
of.
Yeah.
Right. So all this came out and then like then there's one more and this in my opinion is like the big one. This dude he's a producer named Rodney Jones. They call him Lil Rod. And he filed a civil suit against Puffy in February of 24. So last month. Okay. And this is like this guy has got the tapes, he's got the videos, like he's got the pictures, like saying.
So what's he saying he did?
He's saying he was like trafficking women, like across state lines, drugging underage girls, like pretty much like having just like they call them fuck parties, like not fuck parties, a freak off.
Okay.
Like these big like with like very chosen few celebrities, you know what I'm saying? and like they would just go and just like have all this wild sex and shit.
What is it, like Epstein Island type of deal?
Yeah, like Epstein Island type of
P. Diddy Island, yeah.
Yeah. And so I forgot where I was going. But so yeah, they have
Don't go there. I can tell you, don't go to the free call.
No.
Diddy didn't forget.
And like, so all of this stuff is going on, and then there's this other girl out there. She used to be Puff's like personal assistant, and she is trying to get like her side of the story out to where his ex-wife, Kim, she passed away. Like, I think she had a heart attack or something like that.
Okay.
But
did she?
Kim Porter. Kim Porter's her name.
Okay.
And
yeah, they said pneumonia is what they.
Pneumonia. That's right. Pneumonia. And so Puffy started his record label Bad Boy. Mm-hmm. But before he was with Bad Boy, he was with Uptown Records, okay, which was founded by
wasn't that Biggie?
Harrell. No, Herrera. This dude his last name's Harrell. Heavy D, Al B. Sure, and like that chick Kim Porter. When Uptown Records is a subsidiary of Arista Records.
Okay.
Okay.
CEO and owner of Arista Records is Clive Davis.
Uh-oh.
So Clive Davis gave Harrell money to start his own label.
Okay.
When Puffy finished his freshman year in college, he got an internship. No? Huh?
That was the P. Diddy reference.
Okay.
I got that joke.
Take that. Okay. Yeah. So like Puff got this internship with Uptown.
All right.
And he was like the dude Harrell took him under his wing. He's working with like Heavy D. You remember Heavy D, right?
Sure, of course.
Yeah, Heavy D. He was working like he was just like moving and shaking, and he was doing like so well. By the end of that summer, Harrell was like, I want you to drop out of college and come work up here, full time. And he's like, nah, I can't do that. So he was like, how about part-time then? You come like work on the weekends, So he was traveling from, he went to Howard, which is in D.C. So he was traveling from Howard to D.C., doing his internship. And then Harrell made him an offer, like first year intern. He said, I'm going to make you vice president.
Shit.
So like Puffy, he took the offer. So now he's up in New York with Uptown Records, and he's doing his thing. He found his first artist, Craig Mack. Remember Flavor in Your Ear? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Flavor in Your Ear. And then after Flavor in Your Ear came Biggie.
Right.
So they had Biggie's album. After they did that, they had, and I'm just giving you a real cut version.
Sure.
But like after Biggie's album was made, they took it to Harrell and was like, this is the album we're gonna put out. And it was something to where Arista Records didn't want that album out because of the context and the language, and like, this is early 90s hip hop, So it hadn't really gone hardcore gangster.
It wasn't
yet,
mainstream, but it also wasn't quite, So something happened to where Arista Records, Puffy went to Arista Records to, like, I guess Clive gave Puffy the money to start Bad Boy. Okay.
So even though like Uptown wasn't going to put the record out,
right?
He went above. He went above his boss's head, went to the big man, got the money, but it's all about
So he basically
then
talked
also-
them into starting a different record label so that they wouldn't be on.
Right, so it wouldn't
I
be
gotcha.
on it, and Puffy could make his own way. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
now Puffy's the CEO of Bad Boy Records, making all this money.
Bad Boy for life.
And they're saying that the way Puffy got the money, the way Puffy got the internship was by doing stuff for Harrell.
He must have asked him. He must have asked a mean D to go from intern to vice president.
But at the same time, they're saying that's how Harrell got the money to start Uptown.
Okay, well, it's a whole
thing. And that's the whole thing about this whole thing is.
So where's Heavy D fit in all this?
Well, Heavy D. If
Would
you
have done-
what
he
did
would have done
Heavy
those
D
nasty
die?
things.
What did Heavy D die of?
Heart attack.
Heavy.
Look it up.
Yes.
I think he died of pneumonia too.
He collapsed outside of his home in Beverly Hills. His death was initially thought to be connected to pneumonia.
Oh,
That's
shit.
that's two.
However,
that's two cases.
However, an autopsy stated the cause of death was pulmonary embolism caused by a blood clot in his leg, and he also suffered from heart disease.
Nah, I'm gonna go with pneumonia.
Harrell is dead.
So Harrell's dead.
Andre Harrell.
He's dead.
Andre Herrera.
Heavy D and Kim Porter.
Yeah. All three of them are dead.
Okay.
Everybody from like Uptown. Al B. Sure.
He died of congestive heart failure.
Congestive heart attack.
Right.
So Heavy D, not Heavy D, Al B. Sure, he collapsed and went into a coma for like a couple days, but he came out of it. And the thing that the girl, her name is Jaguar. Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright. Something like that. It's like
Black people's
Jaguar
names are
Wright.
so much cooler than white people's names. You got a person like literally their name is Jaguar.
Jaguar Wright. You know what I mean?
And like the coolest white person name is Derek.
So Jaguar Wright is saying the one thing that all three of these people had in common was they were writing tell-all books.
Oh, this is one of those, huh?
Yeah, so they write and tell-all books. Because those would be the people who got the receipts, who got the tapes, who got the,
right.
They got everything.
The
you know
proof,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
They got all the proof. So now all of them are dead. I mean, and like I said, I went down this rabbit hole, and there's so much. There's like, and these are just theories. So,
Sure.
Blue Ivy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you remember when, I don't know if y'all kept up with it like this, like there were rumors that Beyonce wasn't pregnant and that she had somebody carrying she had like a surrogate.
Sure.
Yeah, I remember hearing that, yeah.
Yeah, so they were saying that Jay had a long time girlfriend like before he married Beyonce.
And it was Puff Daddy.
No.
Oh, okay, just checking.
No, it was, I can't remember this girl's name, but she had gotten pregnant, and they were saying that like at a party, one of Puff's party, that Beyonce killed her.
Shit.
Yeah, like, and Jay-Z had to cover it up. Like, dude, it's so much, man.
Is that why Beyonce switched to country music? To like just totally avoid all this?
No,
Like, I'll just become a country singer.
She switched to country music because like 6 years ago they invited her to the CMAs and everybody fucking made us think about it.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that.
Well, she's going to go to country music because she knows she can make a buck.
Yeah, she gonna make money too. But like this shit, so like, and then there's Alec. Go ahead.
No, go ahead and tell me this next bit.
So there's another allegation to where like Usher was on the Howard Stern show.
Okay.
And Usher had been signed to LaFace Records, which is also just like Uptown, a subsidiary of Arista Records.
Okay.
And so back in, I guess it was like 91, Babyface sent, who was the CEO of LaFace, sent Usher to Puffy's
Puffy's Records.
Well, I can't remember the name of it. It's Flavor Camp. His Flavor Camp.
I'm not going to anything called Flavor Camp. I'm sorry.
So when Usher was 13 years old back in the early 90s, he spent a year with Puff Daddy.
Uh-oh.
Like, and so Howard asked him, you saw the girls, the titties out and everything. He's like, it wasn't really like that, but, he said, I seen some stuff. He said, they sent me up there to see the lifestyle. And he's like, I saw the lifestyle. And, so...
He came out of the Super Bowl on roller skates, so that tells me all I need to know.
Lifestyle. So he ended up bringing Justin Bieber in.
Right, he brought Bieber in too. Yeah,
he was a recruiter.
Howard asked him, did you would you you're a dad, would you send your kids up there? He was like, hell no. He said it quick.
Oh, there you go. That's all you need to know.
He's like, hell no. And then Justin Bieber, like it's all like. Well, and I have been hearing rumors about this stuff. Like, these dudes will do that to you. They'll slip you a Mickey, fuck you in the ass, videotape it, and then say, sign the contract.
Right.
Even though you getting fucked out of everything.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
You getting screwed out of all your money, and you have to make music for this guy, or he's going,
Yeah.
Because, like, these guys, they don't know, man. They don't know. He said, there was one quote was like somebody told, he said, like, Puffy's pep talk was, we don't want talented artists. We want shitty artists, and we're going to make them look good. They're going to make us a lot of money, and they're going to need us. Like, they have to depend on us.
Wow.
Like, I was like,
but like 50 Cent for years has been calling.
Yeah, call him out, dude.
Yeah, for years he's been like, Puffy ain't who do you think he is? Blah blah blah. He killed Biggie,
Yeah,
right.
So so some of the names that have been linked into this is like I said, Beyonce, Jay-Z,
murder,
Will Smith.
No.
Yeah, even Prince Harry is
really
wow. Yeah, like they said Puffy dropped his name to like help with the I guess the overseas like whores and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but like this
that's
shit
crazy, man. So all that led to what happened earlier last week.
Yeah. So the feds raided his house, and like he left. I think he was down. He went down to the Caribbean or something.
I heard he was in Miami. His plane went to wherever, and they're saying that Jay-Z was in the plane, and that's what they're saying, that Jay-Z was in the plane, but they didn't let him leave. He was in Miami at home. He
was in Miami at home.
He was at home.
He was in the house. He was at the house when they came.
Yeah, he was at the house. He was like, The feds are like,
take that.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a whirlwind, and I'm.
So what about his mule that they were talking about? Like, there's something about a drug mule or something that got arrested.
Yeah, there was there was a white dude. Yeah.
Brendan Paul was his name.
Brendan Paul.
I wonder if he's related to Jake or Jake Paul.
I think he was a former basketball player, if I'm not mistaken. But that doesn't mean he couldn't be, related to Jake Paul.
But jeez.
Anything to stir up info for this fight.
Wow.
Oh no, he's just a little white dude.
Yeah, just a little white dude.
Just a little 25-year-old white dude.
Yeah.
I would let that guy get away with trafficking drugs. He looks pretty damn innocent.
But maybe he's the one who gave the info. He may be
that's what I'm wondering.
Mule and the mole.
So it says here that Brendan Paul was taken into custody in Miami-Dade by Miami-Dade police on Monday At the Opelika airport around 4:30 p.m., they were working alongside Homeland Security agents when the arrest was made, according to the arrest affidavit. Brian Bieber, Paul's attorney, said in the statement to Rolling Stone, "We do not plan on trying this case in the media. All issues will be dealt with in court." So at the same time, dozens of Homeland Security agents and local law enforcement descended upon Combs' residence in Miami and Los Angeles at the same time as part of a federal sex trafficking investigation.
And it's always Miami.
Yeesh.
Because Epstein was in Miami when they busted Epstein the first time. It was in Miami.
I mean, it makes sense if you're going to Miami's a place that's ports, it's port city. You know, there's a ton of shit in and out.
A lot of money down there.
You don't have to pay state tax. Shit.
Good Cuban sandwiches. I mean, what else could you ask for?
Yeah, not much.
Not much indeed. So what do you think? So as of right now, and obviously this story continues to develop.
Right.
We think P. Diddy is somewhere. He probably, it doesn't say that he was in Miami. I know it said have they arrested him?
I thought that's what you said.
No, I said they arrested his little drug dude.
Yeah,
his mule.
Yeah, but they hadn't really said much. They hadn't really been said much about Diddy. You know,
no.
And like the plane and all that, those are rumors. Really, you know, it's not the feds are saying nothing. You know,
I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know.
Now, do you think he killed? You think he had something to do with Biggie's death? And he just
they were pretty tight, weren't they? I thought.
Well,
I mean,
so was Suge Knight and Tupac.
Sure.
There was also like a video with Craig Mack where he had said that like Puffy wouldn't release his album, his third album, because Puffy wanted him to drop his management and get a bad boy manager. And Craig was like, nah, because that's my best friend. I know this dude all my life. He's my manager. And then he told him he wasn't going to release his album. And like they say this dude is like, he's got a lot of rage in him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess I would too if somebody stole my butthole. You know?
It's true. My anal virginity is important to me.
So, like, but like Craig Mack was like,
that's a sample in a P. Diddy song, Allan.
Yes.
He said that he knew Diddy wanted to kill him. You know what I'm saying? So he was walking around with a gun in New York. You know, which is
super illegal.
Yeah, because I remember when Biggie got killed, they tried to blame it on West Coast rappers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was West Coast rappers, and Tupac was like, well, I mean, I don't.
Biggie could have been like, yo, I'm about to leave Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? It could have been something like that. You know?
Yeah.
Because if the stories are true about how like controlling he is and you know violent.
Right.
You know, big, like, shit, I came from the gutter and now I'm all the way at the top. And this dude is wilding out. He's like, I'm not going to, he probably, you know, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to leave. And Puff was like, no, I'm not having it. And
he knew too much, too.
Off for you. I'll make you, he probably knew too much. You know what I'm saying?
He knew too much. He's like,
there was one dude, they was, because, you know, I'm saying, like, that's what they would do with fuck the artist and, like, you know, make them sign a contract. And the dude was telling the story about Biggie, and he was like, I know what you're thinking, but no, Biggie was straight street. That wasn't going down. It was all like British and shit. And
You're gonna have to be 3 or 4 guys to hold Biggie down.
Man.
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah, man.
But Biggie may have had shit on him. You know, it's like 50 Cent.
Oh,
like,
right. Well, it could be the same thing, like you said. You know.
Cat Williams. I mean, he called him out.
Cat Williams. I got a new respect for Cat, man.
Yeah.
Like, I never really I was not like a big fan of Cat Williams ever. You know what I'm saying? Like Money Mike was probably the funniest thing he done. You know.
Right. I feel the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, but like now, like I don't know. That dude, he's.
Well, I mean, really, when it comes down to it, he's probably really funny, but he didn't sell out, and since he didn't, he was like he said on the show, he says my ass is intact and I've never sucked a dick.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all I wanted out of this.
It's one line he said, yeah, he's like, P. Diddy want a body. And you got to tell him no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said he offered him like $50 million. You know what I'm saying? And he said, no.
That's crazy, man.
That's insane.
It does. And it all goes back to wearing the dress and all that shit, man.
Right.
It all makes sense, now that everything's falling into place. But damn.
I'm telling you. And I'm not saying anything about anybody, but like Clive Davis was like the first mogul to openly come out.
Right.
Like Clive Davis is a gay man, and the chick Jaguar Wright was like, yeah, Clive Davis, he's a queen.
Yeah, I mean,
like he's a queen. You know
looking at him, you'd never know it.
Yeah, but
no, you wouldn't.
But that wasn't a secret. I mean, he was basically,
Yeah, but he's like, because. And they're also saying that Clive had Whitney killed.
Oh man, this shit is huge, man. Like,
doesn't even go up to that.
Yeah,
wow.
they because she was about to write a book because she wanted like royalties or some shit like that. And her daughter died the same fucking way.
Yep, and Bobby
you know
Brown,
what I'm saying?
Skedaddled out of there.
Yeah, man. So like that is some shit about there. 2024 is about.
Wow, this is fucked up.
Who had P. Diddy sex ring on their bingo card for 2024? Huh? That's crazy, man. That is a ridiculous thing.
I'm telling you, man. You go down to the YouTube, man. I hate them too because they use that AI reader.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, it's always like this. Yeah. It's always like this and talk like
P. Dadu and he. Yeah. Jaguar Smith was anally raped.
No, they don't say that. They don't say that.
It's anally. They say like ernally raped.
Essay. They say
essayed. Yeah.
Essay, and they usually
they put a porcupine in his. Yeah. He put his porcupine in her Angus.
Up the cannon.
Insane, man.
Entered in the rear.
I mean, when you think about it, it would have fallen from grace.
Yeah,
that motherfucker man. He was dating J-Lo and all that shit at one time.
Yup, that had the girl that he shot in the face that night. You know what I'm saying? With J-Lo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She said that he made her carry the gun in the club, and that girl's like, I've been telling y'all for 24 years. He shot me in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
No, she didn't even say he shot me. She said, he pew-pewed me.
He shot
pew.
Yeah. She's a female. He ain't gonna shoot her in the face.
He said, she pew-pewed me. Pew-pewed me right in the face.
Like, in the face. He skied her in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Why did I go there?
I don't know. You did, though.
Right at the end of the show, too. Fuck.
That's fine. If you're going to do it at the end of the show, I guess.
Yeah.
Skeet.
Skeet.
That's crazy. So do you think at the end of the day, Fred, in your expert legal opinion, is, I mean, well, and you're amateur.
You did say the Holiday Inn Express.
Man, I'm telling you, they had that dude, Lil Rod or whatever.
Yeah.
He got the videos, he's got the tapes.
So you think this is gonna this is like a fucking far reaching.
So Little Rod,
a lot of people are going down.
Yeah, because it's RICO. Like they got the RICO on them.
Right.
And that's like, organized crime. So like they can go. They can go anywhere the branch takes them. So I mean.
Do you think this will? But
I don't know. I mean, these are some powerful people. So,
do you think Drake is involved in this in any way?
Well, he's gonna be.
Nah.
What about Bruno Mars?
No, I don't know, because Bruno Mars blew up real quick too.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Bruno Mars, and there's going to be a lot of people who want to protect their reputation.
Well,
and
I'm just trying to figure out who's going to be left on top of the rap game when this is all over. Is my question.
Oh, it's gonna be Eminem.
Whoever it is going to be whack.
It's gonna be Eminem and Dre. Yeah. I mean, Dre basically. I mean, everything. But Dre really doesn't. I mean, everybody knows. All right, he's a wife beater. at one time.
Right.
You know, but that's about it. You know, it's really not.
It do
So,
seem like the
Yeah, it's
West
going to be
Coast-
Eminem.
I was gonna say, so the West Coast is gonna win this fucking the cold rap war that went on for 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, the West Coast, they're a bunch of dope heads. The East Coast, they're a bunch of pedos. I mean, it's damn. Allegedly.
I was gonna say, you heard it here first. Allan just called out every rapper on the East Coast.
Yeah, allegedly.
Not me or Fred. Allan.
Well, actually, you know who's going to end up on top is going to be Snow.
Oh, finally. Because he's the informer. He was the informer the whole
He was
time.
the informer the whole time.
That's what you don't understand with those words that he was saying. It's like,
That's
Peter,
why
he's
he
been
was
fucking dudes in the butt. Lick your boom boom now.
I lick your boom boom now.
Yeah. He's like, lick your butt now.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Snow could have broken this whole case over. If only he could have rapped a little more clearly, none of this would have ever happened.
Yeah, 10 years ago, we would have known.
20. What, dude? Snow was like a million years ago.
Yeah, like 30 years
When did
ago,
Informer come out? Like, yeah, in like the 90s, right?
89,
89 or something. It's been a minute on it. Yeah.
It's been
Came out in 1992.
92. Yeah,
So it's several weeks. That guy is so white. He's whiter. He might be whiter than me.
But he's white and Canadian.
Yes, he is.
Is he Canadian? He
Yeah.
white from Jamaica? Have you seen White Jamaican?
He's a
Have you seen
Canadian
White
reggae
Jamaican?
musician, singer, and rapper.
Yeah. Well, he had a number one hit.
And Informer spent 7 weeks at number one on the U.S. Billboard Top 100.
Jeez. That's
So he could have been on it too. He could have been part of it. You don't know?
that's a
I mean, it's going to be interesting, you know, especially.
That's crazy, man. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on
being
this.
a murderer. That's the best one.
Yeah, man.
Murderer.
Beyonce murderer. And they saying that the baby is because the girl was pregnant. And
So they think they killed her, took the baby, and then
yeah.
What about Beyonce's sister? You think she knew about this shit? And that's what she was feeling at Jay-Z about?
She's in the inner circle, man.
yeah.
Oh, that's why Jay-Z beat her up in the,
Oh, yeah. She beat Jay-Z up in the elevator.
in the elevator. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Uh-oh, we're cracking crimes here, folks.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, this shit go. I can't wait for it to come out, man.
It's going to be crazy.
There's
This is bigger than OJ, man.
yeah, it certainly sounds that way, man. Well, you know, it's one of those things. It's crazy because you're gonna see, like, from this, you'll see people. You will know where people stand with the stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
when you find out some of the stuff, you're either staunchly against. It's one of those things, like just like they say, if you're not like against us, you're with us.
Mm-hmm.
So like anybody, because like all of us here, you know, Black Lincoln Collective's official thing is throw the book at these motherfuckers, prosecute them all to the full extent of the law, and like,
state.
right, do what you got to do to them.
Yeah,
Hang them in the court.
dude, you kill a dog.
on
it
Times
bites a
Square.
kid.
We want to be the number one rappers on the East Coast,
I mean, you think about it. You know, you kill a dog if it bites a kid, right?
right? But if it rapes a kid,
You know, if a dog rapes a kid,
get it a record deal.
Yeah, exactly. It seems to be the way it is right now. But you know, I think death to everybody. If they
I was like, just kill everybody, kill
them all, man.
solve the
If they touch
problem.
the kid, kill them. They deserve to die.
No, we're not going to argue with you on that one, buddy. So yeah, no, it is just crazy. Like I said, this is crazy, man. This is stuff that you know, we had dug in conspiracy theories and this and that, you know, Epstein Island, all that shit, and then for like this stuff to actually like unfold in real time, like right in front of us, is just insanity.
Insane.
So that's what's going on in Fred's mind every day.
30 years of shit.
Wow,
that's crazy, man. Good for, you know, I mean, I don't want to say good for P. Diddy, but you know,
But
whatever
the thing
happens,
is,
happens,
like,
P.
There's people who know, like, people who are not involved but know about it.
Right. That's
And
what's crazy.
They don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't.
That's what's crazy. Is like all the people who were complicit in it and who, like you said, who knew what was going on, knew some shit was going wrong.
Right.
And we're
Knew
just like,
they hurting these kids. You know what I'm saying?
right. I don't want to be part of it or whatever. And by not being against it,
you might
you're
as well
for
be
it.
doing it. You might as well be doing it.
Yeah, you're no better than the people who are doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's oh man, that's
crazy.
Sucky day for P. Diddy. So there you go. Now you know. I agree. Fuck them all. Don't do bad stuff. People.
Yeah, if it's all true, P. Diddy will end up dead.
Yeah,
You never
P.
know.
Diddy didn't kill himself.
We'll be saying that 6 months from now. He didn't kill himself.
Well, he very well could, you know. I mean, that's.
I mean,
You never know.
He may be the one they're going after, but there's somebody above him helping.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. There's
Like I
someone
said, this
behind
shit
him.
goes all the way up, man.
If you know what I
above
mean.
him and behind him.
Right. One person sitting on his face, one person sitting on his ass. You know, good times.
Human centipede.
There you go. There you go. Human Diddy-Pede.
It ended up being.
That's going to be the name of this week's episode.
It ended up being Bill Gates or somebody like that.
What if it was somebody crazy like the Monopoly Man?
Yeah, we like the Monopoly Go people.
Yeah. Oh, what if, Fred? What if all this the Monopoly Go was all funded with this fucking money? What will you do?
Puff Daddy money.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm so conflicted.
Don't mention Monopoly Go. You're going to make me look at my board now.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Fred, just for everybody who listened and who's still here for some reason, Fred tried to get us all to play Monopoly Go with him, and none of us would.
You were like, Monopoly, no.
Yep, Monopoly, no thank you. That's okay. We appreciate it, but no, I'm not trying to get addicted to any of that weird shit. I already saw what happened to P. Diddy after he downloaded it, Fred.
That's right.
I think if there's one way, see, okay, well, there's an option. Why don't you give him that anus thing?
No,
P. Diddy, the anus bacteria, yeah, and let's see if that should weed him out. That should take care of some stuff.
Slow him down.
Yeah, there you go. It's hard to do it when you have no anus. Anal sex isn't nearly as much fun when you don't have an anus.
No, you don't have a butt.
All right, guys.
More money, more problems.
There you go. More money, more diseases. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know this was a weird episode. It's cool. There's going to be those. Next week, we may just be joined by our old buddy Landon James. I haven't told the boys that yet, so we'll find out. We'll see. We're going to try and catch up with him. He's been on the road for literally every week since we talked to him last. He's been somewhere. He's all over the place. So one of them,
everywhere, man.
he's literally has. I think that's Johnny Cash. Close enough.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, we're going to try and catch up with him, hopefully for a little while next week if he can spare some time. And we'll see what's going on. And we will see you next week on a brand new episode with way less P. Diddy talk, hopefully, unless some shit really goes down, of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast.
Yeah, in a literal sense.
BLP Diddy.
Later.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We are laughing. And we are very good friends. Good buddy, sharing a special moment.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
Oh, what a day. What a motherfucking day.
Well, that's all, folks.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Goddamn hit. Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
As you know, I'm a man of special needs.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.